One of the best rivalries over the last few years in the Canadian Football League. To do it, thank you very much for joining us here. Last night's game was absolutely terrific, and I'm sure we've got another one in store for you here tonight, as that is hammered away by Maltos and will be taken by Calvin Turner Jr. with Janarian Grant unable to go. He'll handle return duties, takes it back to the 30, back to the 35, found a bit of space, and eventually gang tackled at the 40, a 31-yard return.
You know, with Nick Arbuckle, the biggest thing for him, talking to him this week, he talked about, I just got to make sure I do what I need to do to help my teammates. I don't have to push the ball downfield. I know we have a really good defense. We have to make sure we can move the ball, keep ourselves in a position where we can easily move the chains and keep going. You get Various Daniels, really good receiver.
Beautiful night in Montreal. Arbuckle looks to his right, throws in that direction, and it's Coatsy. Gets back to 5 yards, lost on the penalty. Let's take a look at this Argos offense for 2025.
Ryan Hunter, 25 receiver for the Argos.
92 targets last year for Coatsy. They go back to him again, covered well by Lorenzo Burns, and that'll bring up third down for the visitors.
Yeah, a couple of back.
Only attempted 21 passes through 2022 and 2023, and then obviously last year more of an opportunity. They'll hand the ball off here on first down to Thomas Erlington, a big part now of this Montreal offense.
His injury
was on pace for 118 catches over a full season before the injury. They'll hand it off again, right up the middle. Now first down out to the 30 for Thomas Erlington. 2 yards on 2 carries. Back to him again, right up the middle again, and he'll take it up to the 35, tack on about 5 more. Let's take a look at Toronto's D.
A 78-yard lateral in the Grey Cup for a touchdown.
Davis Alexander, 4 options out to his right, under some pressure, gets it away. It'll be about a yard shy of a first down. His first completion of the year goes to Tyler Sneed, who had 24 catches over 7 games in which he was healthy last year. Slides up under center, pushing ahead, needing just inches, flags on the play. He has the yardage for the first down.
Early in the season, we do have some younger players on the defensive line of the Argonauts. Is one of them offsides? That's usually what happens in this scenario.
You know, let me ask you that. The first 3 touches.
Hors-jeu, offside, Toronto, 94, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Let's chat.
The defensive line's doing, especially don't even know if they're going to be good against the run early in the season.
Throwing here, or at least he wants to, near side, has Rambo, and they'll give him about 8 on that first down completion. His first catch of the year, had 61 in 2024 of the ball game. Austin Mack over in the slot to the right. Alexander dumps it off, some room for Sneed. He's got a first down, takes it down inside the 40. That's his second catch of the ball game and their biggest offensive play of the evening. That would have been 5,100. Here's Alexander again, gets it away, and another first down as they march on. Austin Mack hops back up, but it's blown down, and that's his first touch of the evening.
Right here, you're going to see a soft spot in the defense. Okay, you're just spreading the defense out. There's zone coverage. The corner expands. I throw inside where there's space. Good read by Davis Alexander. Seeing the pictures. It's all about...
First and 10 from the Toronto 26. Alexander gets it away. End zone shot. Philpott lays out. No. Almost had it. Alexander knows he had him in behind the defense.
Post from the wide side of the field with a little bit of play action. He's taking the one-on-one on the outside. He's got no safety help. Playing together.
This place would have erupted. Philpott had 5 touchdowns in 9 games last year. Alexander under pressure trying to escape, and he's taken down right in his face. Nowhere to go. Anthony Lanier gets his first sack of the season.
Anthony Lanier,
38-yarder for Maltos, straight away, and that one is wide left. He missed it, and it's going to fly through the end zone. Maltos, 91.7% last year on field goals. blows that opportunity left. Arbuckle, what a performance. One we'll never forget in last year's Grey Cup. He'll have the ball when we return.
Run, he's physical, he can intercept. Can't wait to watch this guy all season long.
Arbuckle, second and long, far side, completed. Coxie, 3 Alouettes there, and he will not pick up the first down. Forced out of bounds by Lorenzo Burns, among others. Needs 8 yards here for a first down. 3 options out to his left, 2 to his right. Zips it in there, didn't he? And that'll be a first down as he goes back to Tyler Sneed, team leading 3rd catch of the ball game.
3 football, he's a great story.
2nd and 10 for Alexander. On the run to his right, a little bit of room. A race looking for the first down. Got it, tiptoes the sideline, and picks up a little bit more for good measure. They'll give him 15.
And that's the other thing about Davis Alexander, 166 yards rushing last season. When you have quarterbacks who've got the ability to use their legs and create, there's a pressure situation. Parrish doesn't keep contained. Everyone else is in man coverage. When the quarterback scrambles, you can get a lot of yards. This is one of the keys to Davis's game. He's got the ability to use his legs and get downfield.
Montreal's offense last year, 9th in the league in yards gained. Now they'll hand it off. This is Tice. That's a hard run. Finds a little bit of space and eventually pushed out of bounds. They could not bring him down. That's his first regular season touch in the Canadian Football League. That'll be a first down. For more here, 3 options, wide side left, looks in that direction, throws in that direction, end zone, Philpott got it this time! Touchdown, Montreal! Philpott strikes from Alexander, and it's a beauty to get us started on Friday Night Football.
One-on-one matchups on the outside. Tyson Philpott usually plays the widest side of the field. It's a one-on-one matchup. There's a pressure by the Argonauts. Davis sees it, throws it out there. Beautiful throw to Tyson. Nice high hands looking into the catch.
Maltos to make it 8-0. Puts that one through. That is a 7-play, 69-yard drive that took just under 3.5 minutes. Philpott wide open.
Especially coming from the Argos, a bit from the Alouettes. Take us through what a first game process could be for a player.
You know, Shooter, what happens is you're in training camp and you start to you get bogged down by you're playing the same guys every single day.
I'm getting jacked up just being here right now. Yeah, just being right there close to the game brings you right back to it. But also, too, when you think about the Argos, they're now the hunted. You understand that winning the Super Bowl in 2013.
Yes.
8-yard run and then a nice pass on the outside.
Couple of flags fly here, right?
Procedure penalty. It's going to be.
Yeah.
Trying to maybe minimize how much they're doing to try to get their guys playing a little bit better rhythm.
2nd and 13. Final play the quarter. Down the field. Arbuckle with his biggest completion of the game. First catch of the game for Dejan Brissett. And Toronto finally getting something going offensively here on the first Friday Night Football broadcast of the season. Heavyweight tilt between these two clubs, and it's the Alouettes. Strike first. They for 6, 49 yards. Pressure right up the middle, trying to escape. He will not. Darnell Sankey, first of the year, had just one all of last year. He's got one here tonight.
You want those linebackers who've got great speed, be able to spin. Great play by Sankey. Good scheme by the Alouettes defense.
12-yard loss pushes them out of field goal range. Haggerty forced to punt it, and he drops it in there near side. A little bit of room to cook here for Letcher. Tries to cut it back in and eventually taken down just outside the 35-yard line. When we talk about a heavyweight tilt between these
job with a bunch of new pieces. 2nd year in a row.
Alexander pressured right up the middle. They go and get him. And that's Andrew Chatfield. Came over in a trade with Ottawa. Another one of these new pieces on this defensive line.
It's all game being the second extra.
They got to find 16 yards. Arbuckle gets it away. Far side. Coxie, can he get there? He does. Tracked down from behind. Hangs on to the ball. Was tackled by Canton Arcou, but a big play from Arbuckle to find his alpha receiver. Arbuckle to the right. Down the field, there's a flag thrown. You saw it as Coxie tried to sneak in behind the defense, working on Lorenzo Burns.
Sur un receveur, illegal contact on receiver, Montreal, number 20, numéro 20, 10-yard penalty, first down.
But a pretty good drive started here.
Arbuckle, far side again, and that one intercepted by Burns. Steps inside Coxie and takes it away. A little redemption for Lorenzo Burns. After taking the penalty, that's his first Canadian Football League interception. Arbuckle lays it out there. Burns says, thank you very much. Montreal defense with the takeaway.
Training camp this year watched all 12 picks that the team dropped and a couple of picks that they dropped over the course of the East Final. And the one thing Noel Thorpe said, and Darnell Sankey admitted this pregame, is he said to his guys, look,
touchdown in the first half. Travis Tice in at running back, picks up some pressure in the form of Parrish. Dumping it over the top, Golaire, midfield. And that'll be a first down for the Alouettes.
This is the creativity that I believe Alexander is going to. This is a play action.
What can they dial up this time? Alexander, under pressure, escapes on the run to his right. Still can't find anything. Opens it up himself, trying to turn it upfield. Eventually tracked down from behind. A roar from the crowd, but it will be third down. But there he is again, showing what he can do with his feet. Two teams that have sights set on being contenders in the East once again. Arbuckle gets it away. Ungerer, far side, tackled immediately. Ento was not going to let him get away. Pick up a 5. To his wide side left here. Looks to his right. Wants to throw to his right. He will. Down the field. Lays it out there. And it's hauled in. Coxie goes and gets it. Best catch we've seen so far tonight.
But his offense.
They need 6 more to keep this drive alive. Pressure coming. Arbuckle gets it away, and it's hauled in. This time over the middle to the veteran, Davaris Daniels.
Nick Arbuckle started to see things. There's a pressure. You can see all these guys standing in line of scrimmage. It's a blitz. Duquois is free. He understands it, but he throws the post in the middle of the field. As the zone blitz shows up, there's nobody underneath. They're dropping from the line of scrimmage.
Mayan Williams in it, running back to the left of Arbuckle. Alouettes bring some heat. Arbuckle gets it away. Drops in no man's land. And that'll bring up third down as we hit just under 3 minutes.
Did you say it was in the washroom?
Yes, it was.
Oh, my goodness.
Aralahu puts that one up, and that is through. Toronto is on the board, but send it back down to Luke Wilson. Montreal with the ball again, leading by 5. Just over 2 to play in the second quarter. Alexander out to his right, on the run. Might have enough room to get it, I think. He did. Very close. Looks like a first down here for the Alouettes. 25-year-old. Now in the middle of this defense, Alexander quickly gets it out. And that's into the hands of Austin Mack. 5-yard pickup, his second catch.
A lot of these wide receiver screen plays.
Midfield, they need 5 to keep this drive moving. Alexander wrapped up from behind, and he is taken down. That's Parrish. Having a nice start to his season. Had 6 sacks last year.
Good pressure by Parrish. And give the Montreal, you just don't want to give Montreal an opportunity to go on offense again.
4 options out to his left. Looks in that direction. Dumps it off. Caught at the 15. Brissett, second catch of the game. And Beverett there after a 5-yard pickup. So are you being cautious or aggressive in this situation?
Well, you know, you got positive yardage. If you got 0 yardage, you might start thinking, hey, we better be careful here. We don't want to put our defense on, and we don't want to punt from backed up. So here, they should have everything. They got plenty of time to go get this first down and see what they can do. Maybe go tempo after this.
Williams in it, running back to the right of Arbuckle. They work from their own 17. Arbuckle thought about a deep shot, didn't he? Now he has to get it away. He's hammered. Ball pops loose. They haven't blown it down. It's going to be picked up and taken back to the end Is this a touchdown? And Emmy Berglund takes it home. Arbuckle saying he was throwing it forward, and we're going to have to sort this out late in the first half.
Demi Berglund was CFL East All-Star, 36 sacks, 7 sacks. You know, like, this is a great football player. But as the ball starts to be thrown up in the air, they'll take a look at that and they'll see that it looks like it's bounced, right, Dusty? Did you see it bounce?
Yeah, well, you'll see it here. He comes out, and then it does look like he throws it ahead right there.
Yeah, that's going to be a throw, and there's the bounce.
That's an incomplete pass.
So it's going to turn into an incomplete pass. So as an incomplete pass, now that's what I'm talking about. There's 27 seconds left. So now you do have to punt. Backed up, you put yourself in a position.
Previous play is under review by the command center. Le précédent jeu.
So this will be interesting. You see, is it slipping out right here before he's thrown the football? That's the determination command center is going to try to make.
All right, will this stand? Fumble and a touchdown. Let's find out. Here's the ruling.
Upon review by the command center, the ruling on the field of a fumble is confirmed. We have a touchdown. Après reprise vidéo, la décision prise sur le terrain est confirmée. Touché Montréal.
Emmy Berglund is fired up, and the crowd here to their feet. Unforced error from Arbuckle, and the Alouettes take advantage.
So obviously command center ruled on this play here. You can see that they felt that the ball was out before he made the throwing motion. So a little fumble. Debbie Berglund there chasing the football. Now remember, this Montreal defense 2 years ago broke a team record for defensive scores. And that's something they take pride in and continue to do. Pressure on the quarterback causes the fumble. Debbie Berglund there to pick it up, scoop and score for the defensive score.
I think that last look we had at it was probably the best one. We saw that ball pop up before the arm came forward. And boy, we were talking about, do you be cautious? Are you aggressive in this situation? That's the last thing you want to have happen.
Appreciate you. Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
They could use a big second half from Coxie. Montreal will get the ball to start the half. Letcher had to backpedal and grab it just inside the 5. Turns it back, breaks one tackle, gets a big block at the 40. Now he'll take it to the 50 and cut it back. Letcher still going and eventually tracked down from behind. They get there, but Letcher, a big one. Teodric Hansen with a touchdown-saving tackle. But fireworks from Letcher on Friday Night Football.
Great job going to the wide side. Sometimes these wide side returns are so hard because of the width of the field. Finds a little crease, cuts it back. Teodric Hansen, you see him coming into the screen, running with speed to make this tackle. A great execution by the special teams of Montreal. Kicking off, creating great field position to start the second half. Too much.
2nd and 10 here. 4 on the pressure for Toronto, and Alexander takes off again, and he uses his feet to pick up a Montreal first down. 12 yards. That'll give him 50 on the game. Aim for Speaker. Had 58 of them last year. Alexander gets this one away. There's Mack, and he'll take it down inside the 15 as the Alouettes march on another first down for the home side. Alexander, end zone, lays it out there, broken up. Trying to find Philpott again, and McManus with the denial.
You don't see that happen often, but Winton McManus made a spectacular play. The Alouettes are trying to create a corner route, and then Winton McManus ends up covering Tyson Philpott. That doesn't happen often, but watch him go right through the hands. That's what you teach your defensive players. When the hands show up for Philpott, the ball's coming. Put your hands through his hands. Spectacular play. Great recovery in a difficult situation for a linebacker trying to cover a wide receiver.
Looked like McManus was pointing for somebody else. Go, and then somebody else help me. I'll do it myself. Alexander finds Rambo trying to push to the end zone, and he will be stopped, but he's got a first down for Montreal. Back Caleb Evans into the game, looking to finish this job for Montreal, pushing it ahead. Touchdown finishes what Davis Alexander started. And Montreal in full control at home, 21-3 the lead. This is well out of the backfield. Arbuckle wants to throw here. Now he's going to dump it off, setting up that screen for the running back. And McMahon gets about 6 or 7 on that first down catch.
Doc Stater trying to be a big body in space.
2nd and 4. Arbuckle takes off. There's a flag as he slides for the first down. But a flag in the area of possibly holding. But Alouettes are going to say this is coming back.
Holding here.
Holding. Toronto, 62-62, diverses de pénalité, 10-yard penalty.
So right tackle.
2nd down.
For the Toronto offense, predicament they face too many times tonight. Arbuckle not going to escape this time. He is taken down. Adeyemi Berglund, who had a touchdown in the first half, finds a sack here in the second.
Usually teams say we have to be able to find running backs that can perform at a high level. You can't keep everybody in the salary cap world, and when you keep the Wynton McManuses and when you sign some of the great players you have.
Catch, good look at it there from Austin Mack. 2nd and short, and they would push it ahead. And that is the guy we were just talking about, Travis Tice. I was talking to you at halftime. I said I watched some highlights from his senior season.
Keep plug and play in different. Get first downs, get shot opportunities.
Alexander throwing here, looking for Philpott way down the field. And that is intercepted. No, they're going to... Now we're going to have to take a look at this because Sluka came over. It bounced off of Tamaris McFadden, and Sluka was waiting for it. Here's another look at this. Let's see if he was in.
Derek Sluka from Ithaca, New York, has range. Look at for a big guy. Talking to John Murphy, personnel guy with the Argos, he said this kid, he's got.
The pass was intercepted.
So they're now talking about it.
Previous play is under review. Upon review, the ruling on the field stands as it passes was intercepted in goal. Will be Toronto's ball at 30-yard line. Après révision, la décision est maintenue. Premier essai, Toronto à la ligne de 30.
Halfway through camp, they move him to defensive back, and he shows speed and range, and at 6'3", he can make plays like that on the ball.
Yeah, big body back there, and the Argos get some much-needed life with the interception. Toronto midfield. Just a field goal so far in this game for the Argos. Arbuckle on the run. Had to throw that one away with some pressure in his face. Being good boys down there, disciplined football. And that one incomplete. Not sure who was supposed to be there. Ungerer and Brissett were both in the area, but neither had a play on that ball.
What the Montreal Alouettes are doing as much as you're just absolutely clueless up front.
Arbuckle struggling behind that line so far. Alexander on the other end. Alexander's done a good job getting outside of the pocket and making plays on the run. Has
Manageable situations.
empty backfield here for Alexander. Got that one away quickly. Bounce behind Rambo. And Parrish was saying keep going. And Alexander is down holding his knee. This is not good for the Montreal Alouettes. Oh, you do not want to see this. Takes over as the #1 guy, having a very good game. And now lays on the field in pain. Here's a look.
So as Calendar is blocking, he ends up throwing his defender into, I believe, into Davis Alexander's legs, unfortunately. It's good to see him get up and get off.
He is up and he is jogging off. So for now, sigh of relief for Alouettes fans. They'll clear things out for Arbuckle. 3 to the left, 3 to the right. Pressure in the pocket. Tries to spin away and will not. Ugawak gets there. Takes him down. Haggerty, who's been busy tonight. Gets it away cleanly. A little bit of a lower kick. Lecture waits. And hauls it in just inside the 30. Couple of blocks back to the 46 before he's pushed out of bounds at the end of the third quarter. We're back after getting rolled up on a little bit. He's going to turn and then roll out to his left. Has a man. It's Mack. And that's a pickup of about 13 or 14. Let's send it down to Shinetti for the latest on Davis Alexander. 2nd and 10 for the Alouettes. Argos will send 5. Alexander, deep shot. It's Philpott again, and he just misses. Had a step on the defender. Benji Franklin laid out and couldn't haul it in. Victory over Ottawa last night. Alouettes looking to claim victory against the Argos here tonight. Arbuckle from inside his end zone goes over the middle, one of his best throws of the ball game. That's all the way out to the 36-yard line, and it's Coxie.
First of all, great side by spacing the field using the zone plays.
Now they find Ungerer, and he's got a first down. Coxie now with 5 catches for 99 yards. Here's another look at it.
You can see him by the Argos.
Back-to-back first downs, takes them outside their 50. That pass blocked by Sankey. And it'll be 2nd and 10. 3 options out to the left here for Arbuckle. That's where he looks first. That's where he's going to throw. Down the field. Drops it in there. At the 10. Ento was defending, but Ungerer got his hands on it. Spectacular catch. And Toronto is in business here in the fourth quarter. Toronto can punch one in here. It's game on. Arbuckle, far side, has the completion. Daniels trying to push ahead, leans out, and they're going to say touchdown. What an effort from Devaris Daniels. And the veteran gives the Argos some life.
Great plan of attack. Great throw to the sideline. Just put it out there. On the sideline on the quick out cut where it's only Devaris Daniels. Corner tries to come up and make it. Burns, but Daniels does his best. Move him out of here. Good hit right there. Understanding where he is on the field to extend the football. That's a great drive. Nick Arbuckle hits a bunch of good shots. Finishes it into the end zone. Bring some life to that Argos sideline. So really good drive here by the Argonauts. Really good throw at the end of that. Wake your plays. They made their plays versus man and versus zone. So a standing job by the Argos offense.
Exactly what they needed. A 5-play, 101-yard drive that took just 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Argos waste no time on that critical drive that they had to have. They now trail by 12. Devaris Daniels, what a stretch. Had just enough to get the job done. Booted away. And the always dangerous Letcher waits back. They'll kick it away from him. They'll be taken on the far side. Returned up along the sideline by Richards. Let's take another look at that TD. Argos send 5. Alexander on the right. Dumps it off to Rambo. He's got a first down. McManus will eventually throw him to the turf. but almost to midfield. Another play made by the quarterback on the run.
That's what Davis Alexander brings to this new offense.
Now they'll get it out to Tice. And he pushes ahead. McManus on the tackle again. But they've been big offensive chunks for Travis Tice in his CFL debut tonight. Yeah, quarterbacks since Calvillo. They're hoping they found one here in Davis Alexander. He's got a completion near side. That's Cole Speaker, his second catch of the ball game. First down, Montreal. You know, they're going to have multiple catches tonight for the Alouettes. Now they'll hand it off. Thomas Erlington takes it down inside the 25 as the Alouettes with a real back-breaking drive here midway through the fourth quarter. Then Maltos. And no mistake there, right down the middle. And the lead is 15 with 5:39 on the clock in our first Friday night football affair of the season.
Worked spectacularly for this football player.
Arbuckle, time in the pocket, shot down the field, wide open and dropped in behind the defense was Daniels, but he could not hold on. Oh, he'd want another crack at that, wouldn't he?
Yes, as Arbuckle climbs the pocket. When you're talking to your quarterbacks, hey, if you climb the pocket and you have time, make sure you're looking downfield for the deep shots. Okay, they move a double move where they keep the corner low, pin the halfback inside. Great scheme and execution. They just don't finish with the catch.
Second and 15. Bouncing around again. Steps up. Now he's got to run it to the 45 and tripped up just shy of the first down.
Should be a 3rd and 1 chance for them to go for it.
That's what he's given them here.
Yeah.
Right? A great job.
But that previous play, it's hard to get people that wide open in long yardage and zone situations, and they just got to hit that. They got to make that catch.
3rd and 1. Arbuckle, shotgun again, hands it off. Quick cut back. And I think that initial push will be enough.
Really nice
for the
cut.
first down.
Penetration at the point of attack.
It's paying off tonight. Arbuckle down the field. Nobody there. It was well over the head of Daniels.
Trying to get Tavares Daniels in his middle of the field. Daniels went underneath the linebacker. Nick expect him to go over the top of the linebacker.
Against Lorenzo Burns at the bottom of your screen. Arbuckle, far side, drops it in there. And it's Ungerer who came back to it and managed to hang on for a huge first down, 14 yards for Toronto.
Can play multiple spots, understands everything in the system.
Over the middle and intercepted, taken away by who else? It's Beverett to seal the deal for the Alouettes in their home opener. Big players make big plays in big moments, and Beverett did just that.
Takeaways is the story of this football team. Okay, you're going to see the linebacker dropping out. It's going to be a post right here. But you have to see this linebacker. Beverett is going to leave the line of scrimmage and come underneath. And he doesn't expand. When he doesn't expand, you can't throw the ball to that post and the inside. He fools Nick Arbuckle thinking that he's expanding, that he can throw it in there. Excellent play by the outstanding football player, making the tremendous interception, kind of fooling the quarterback.
Had 2 interceptions last year and an outstanding season. And now pushing ahead for a first down and much more. Thomas Erlington, 18 yards. Maltos from 30. And that one is up and through, and the lead is now 18 for the Alouettes, who took control of this game on the ground relatively early and never really looked back. The Alouettes do exactly what they wanted to. Home opener, beautiful Friday nights, convincing 28-10 victory over their rivals from Toronto, the very team that ended their Grey Cup aspirations last year. What do you think?
I think defensively they did what they normally do. They keep people out of the end zone for the majority of the game. They get takeaways. They score on defense. And they were able to run the football. And I just think there are too many mistakes for Toronto early in the game, put them in long yardage situations against a good defense. And Davis Alexander performed well enough to win the football game. He had a great shot for the touchdown, but he used his legs and managed the football game. So